that's possibly not true. I may go back to just to see if I miss it, because it's not going to be anytime soon, guys. That took 2 days worth of playing. I mean, I put in easy 4 hours and got frustrated. Anyway, so videos. I wanted to show some videos, however, judging by the way I left off yesterday, I am kind of glad I didn't. It was fun, it was exciting, it was a mental challenge to accessing every thousand tokens I had. I was staring at this game. I found myself having to put my controller down many times. I found myself swearing and saying things to this game I have never said, things that I'm really glad I didn't put up video for. Kids, not safe for kids, not safe for my kids, just if you're watching this. Yeah, there's just some things that I'm glad I didn't post. That's how frustrating this dungeon is, you guys. It is easily one of the most twisted dungeons at Square Enix. The 6S at Square Enix. Hajime's about it. I don't know which one is team or what team you have working on that place, but that said, I can totally get behind some theories Final Fantasy Present puts out. The theories behind videos, that it could be hit videos. Check them out if you're into that kind of a thing. I suspect that if that theory is anywhere near right, then I kind of have an idea, at least about where Arden's DLC story could be going. It could tie heavily into Ignis's DLC, which is, Tabata's already mentioned that when his comes out, there's a reason his is going to be last. It changed the way that we look at the game. Changed the way we look at the storyline. I don't know if it's a promise per se, but you know, it holds that promise, and that's what you know, that's kind of his bottom line with that. Now, going back to videos, I saw for myself all the number of different statues in there. That's so fun, everything that's different. But if you go by that theory, man, everything, you know, really looking at it, I don't know if it's preconceived notions. I highly doubt it's something that I would have put together on my own. But, you know, having said that, I'm kind of excited. You can see them, if the story is really half, and even half of that theory is correct, then I can rest easy knowing that that would be here before I just all my time going on. Besides some insight and possibly just some more fan fiction theories that really, like I said, is too good to be true, but you know what? I hope it's true, because that would all fucking make sense. So, what did I get for all of that? Well, besides a headache and almost a broken controller, and thank goodness I don't throw things anymore, but besides a more expanded vulgar vocabulary, it provides you with a whole slew of things. I loot, accessories, things, just so many things that you can get just in that thing alone, and they were coming in amounts, like you could get like 3 or 4 amethyst bracelets, 4 potpourris. It would like you pick up something and you pack a 3 garnet bracelet. The Genji gloves I picked up, that's kind of interesting. That's actually, that I found that right in the center of the navel, and that's plus 30% on your resistance to lightning and darkness and ballistic damages. So if you're out running around at nighttime, these aren't such a bad thing to have, especially if you're going up against like red giants or later hunts in the games, level 60s, level 70s, higher. Some of these new time quests coming out, so I expect that a couple of them might be at night. We don't know, guys. By the way, Thursday coming up, the new 1.09 patch, I think it is. 1.09 comes in, and that includes the return of Time Quest, so I hope everybody's excited for that. I know I freaking am. I miss those. So Gladiolus was awesome, but again, you know what? I still got more work to do on that DLC. Anyway, so totally sidetracked. What did I get? Well, at the end of all of that shit, this is really what you came for. It is not it's not a loot. It is in fact a gear, and it is a Noctis exclusive accessory known as the Black Hood. The Black Hood, unfortunately, I don't have an artwork of it. That's too bad. I want to think it's the Kingsglaive one. It reads an accessory exclusive for Noctis. The wearer automatically evades attacks. Well, that sounds pretty good, right? So I've been kind of checking it out here for a little bit. I am having to break some old habits here because I'm at this point in the game. I'm so used to blocking and dodging things because it's the way it is that I have to learn to let go of that button, which is actually good because I can now start to tactically figure out what I need to do. Now let's see if it works. It is, of course.
We're in the money. We're in the money.
These guys are relatively weak to daggers to start off. So I'm going to stand here, and if I had the camera going and whatnot, you'd be able to see. It provides you automatic evasion, whether you're hitting R1 or square or not, against any direct attack towards Noctis. Now, why do I say direct attack? Because so far in my experience, it has taught me that area attacks, the magic attacks, probably aren't going to be part of the deal. However, for direct physical attack, he seems to be phasing through it just fine. In addition to that, in the quick time events, you know, and looking for parries and things like that, it automatically gives you the parry. So as long as you sit back and you wait for that circle, it automatically gives it to you, just like that. I'm having fun with it, actually. It kind of gives me a chance to stop and, for just a few more moments, at least, kind of give some attention to the action. Oh, no, not this shit again. Oh. Talking too much. Alright, let's get one of these things going before it happens. How's everybody else doing? Oh, they're not bad. That's another thing. Alright, Gladio. Stand out. Boom, boom. Oh,
sorry.
Too bad they're not. Let's play a game. That's called Alterna. So anyway, it does provide some pretty damn good benefits there. This Black Hood. Does it work? Yeah. So far, so good for me. Like I say, it's coming. I think I'll get better at it as I learn to let go and get the timing down. Oh, still have the ring on. These guys don't really like Alterna. I forced it and I've done it before too. If I had just let go of it, it would have been alright. Boom. That's not too bad for like these guys who, when they hit you, they're hitting with their ass side. So if they miss that, you hit that parry. Or at least a link strike.
Try this on for size.
Finish it. A plus on finesse, offense,
Your ego is what amazes me.
So it's actually getting better.
I'm just amazed we actually
Finesse,
made
just
it.
so you guys know, it has a little bit less to do with changing arms and more to do with how you balance your offense and defense. I, for as long as I've been gaming, have been heavy offense. That's my defense is going swinging. I'm Leroy Jenkins all day. So having something that automatically compensates while I sit and not really think, or sit and think, but as I kind of tactically strategize and I can focus on my offense and having something to take care of my defense and help my score at the same time, Black Hood is worth it to me. Would I ever do it again? Yeah, for like full completion, or just to say I did it not once but twice. But no, not anytime soon. I'm glad I did it, but when I say I survived it, I mean this dungeon takes a lot of patience. If Dark Souls is your game, if Old School Ninja Gaiden is your game, if you love the suicide tendency of ghouls and goblins, for those of you who were gaming back in the day like I did, you like hard shit that really tests your patience, if you like platforming, and if you're pretty decent about puzzling, puzzle and platform, then this totally might be your cup of tea. I actually did have fun with it. I talked a lot of shit, and not even near half of it was caught on video or a share, so, and that's probably better. I get frustrated kind of easily, but it was worth it. In the end, I'll actually sleep pretty much better tonight. Guys, for me, it got so bad that for the first time in my whole life, I was like, I would be okay stepping away and not having fully completed this Final Fantasy. That's not the case. It would have driven me nuts, but probably more nuts than trying to finish that dungeon. Anyway, so I think I got my point across there. Does the accessory work? Yes. Will it work better after I've let go of, I don't know, almost 277, so, I don't know, 277 hours of gameplay, getting used to hitting square for dodging, evading, blocking, and phasing. Yeah, I think it'll get better. I just need to give it some time. Alright, that's it for me. I'm going to sign it off, and I will be playing around with this probably for the next few more minutes. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm not going to bore you with more mindless chatter. You guys have a good one. Stay safe, keep your head up, and I'll talk to you next time.